Yeah, good.
Oh, okay. Why? I'm assuming it's not 3-1, and this is actually okay, yeah. Yeah. Well, here we got Fireicey and Spyker. Fireicey, before the bracket started, said he thought it was tomorrow, and he's actually like apparently really tired or something. So we'll see how well he'll do. He's still in winners, of course, all the way to winners quarters, so certainly not inhibited too much. But Spyker is a pretty challenging opponent.
Yeah,
not someone
really.
we've seen in Midoff before, so.
It's the first time. These are just top players facing each other, pretty much.
But not a matchup you see that often, given the difference in region. Which is, I think, will make it very interesting.
Probably this used to be way more common back then, but now it's not that common. I guess that's just for how EU is.
Well, I don't know. I don't think EU players like traveled to do like in-person brackets or anything. So, and most like online brackets were region locked. So I don't almost ever see EU players fighting NA players in bracket.
Yeah, that's true. I think there are like 2 in this bracket, as far as I know.
Yes.
Yeah, there are 2.
So far, pretty even game. Oh, 0 hitbox switch. That's gonna take that stock. This is down strong percent for sure, but you know, you gotta hit it first. We'll see what Spyker can do. Offstage is not the best position to be in.
Yeah, and Fireicey's neutral is just awesome. Oh,
there you go. Yeah.
It's always when someone says something, it's always the time when someone dies.
Oh, calling out the correct club there. Also fairs.
Oh.
Down air spike, even at 12, that's a really bad spot because Fireicey does not have his resources. Took like 40 for that, and now Combust is online. Probably could have taken more, honestly, if Spyker didn't go for the smokestacks.
I mean, he was at 0% Fireicey and he was almost dead.
Yeah.
That goes to show how powerful Forsburn really is.
Yeah, especially off stage reversals. He's got to be so careful. I mean, that's true of most characters in this game, I'd say. Their spike is so strong, and that's Combust. Big comeback from Spyker there, just punishing that one mistake and bringing it all the way back.
Yeah, that's how rivals can be. I mean, with the best characters that can reverse, I agree that could be Forsburn and also Pawn because of her float.
There are a lot of good reversals in this game. I feel like it's something you see a lot more from high-level players who are very confident in like swinging off stage.
Yeah, because going off stage is such a risk rather than just range speeding so many times.
Oh, 0 hit on switch. Press him again. Yeah, basically impossible to check that on reaction, so you gotta really be ready for it.
Yeah. That's such a Fireicey classic. He loves going deep off stage because I played him not too long ago.
I mean, we're seeing it here for sure. Sometimes to his detriment, clearly, but so far he's been getting, on average, very high value off of his edge guards, which is not usually. I mean, every rival's character has great edge guards. I feel like Zetterburn, compared to his combos, his edge guards are like a worse ratio compared to most of the cast, so getting some serious damage off of them is always very impressive with this character.
Yeah, it is really, because Zetterburn is just meant to have really good neutral, like one of the best ones in the game.
The down tilt on a move, you see that often.
Yeah, that's a Fireicey like using that move, despite everyone saying that move sucks.
I mean, it kind of does. He still doesn't use it that much, but he does use it sometimes and very tastefully.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There are certain players that actively avoid that move.
I mean, not using for that down tilt is a good rule of thumb, but if you're as good as Fireicey, you know when to break that rule.
Yeah, that's true. He has years of experience, and that it's really impressive with all the stuff he has done so far.
Yeah, I mean, both these players have been playing for so long. What are we doing,
Yeah,
Spyker?
yeah. Also, it's kind of my fault that Fireicey is here in the first place because I invited him to the server. Because back then you told me that he was in the academy, and then I just
Oh,
hanged out with him, and we talked about this and that he might want to join the server to find people, and then he decided to join it. And probably he just saw this tournament, I mean, and probably he just wanted to be in there despite he being tired, like I said before.
yeah.
Sadly, he didn't get well rested for this, thinking it was for tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, he did say he'll still try to have a good time, which I hope he is, but
Yeah, definitely.
we'll see what impact that has on his performance. So far, though, doing just fine. I mean, we'll see if Spyker can pull out another comeback, but it's still looking a little dire. Smokestacks makes that a lot easier.
Yeah, and it's
Being
also a
very
rock
patient
wall.
here. Yeah,
I
but
mean, you
that
can
does also
just
mean like a sweet spot pair or like a down strong from Zetter will also
oh,
do it. But it combusts off the top.
that kills. Yeah, that's what I mean with rock wall. Such a wild comeback again. Forfan is such a menace, if I'm honest. An interesting thing that Fireicey once told me is that he thinks honestly that Zetterburn will be like top one. I mean, of the list. I don't know what's your opinion on that, Melon.
I mean, I don't know. Zetter is definitely good. I can understand it more as an EU player because Fireicey has been top one in that region for like many years. And he plays Zetterburn, so it's very easy to say that. I don't know. There's obviously a lot of discourse you can have around top tiers in this game, but yeah, we'll see if he can prove his point here. I mean, looking very good, both super close games, but ultimately like dying from a percent lead last stock both times. So
Yeah.
there's some real potential for him to just
Oh,
start taking these if he stops having that happen to him. Because I won't say it's
yeah.
unlucky. Obviously, there's not really luck in this game, but
Yeah, there's
it's
not.
not something that should be happening super consistently. Those kind of comebacks. I mean, it could also just be that Spyker pulls that out way earlier in the game and just starts winning much more confidently. But it's still a bit of a toss-up despite what the scoreboard says, I feel.
Yeah. And I honestly, for the points that Fireicey told me about Zetterburn, and also that he has such a big snowball damage grip, because just look at his upper doing 30% on sweet spot and also his forward being so disjointed and it's flammable, both of those. On top of the fire. Sometimes I just see Zetterburn just doing neutral as everyone else, and you're like at 70% compared to some other characters that mostly can do 20 to 40%.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, damage is the thing he's great at. He's great at a lot of things, honestly, but
Yeah. I quite agree that many people have thought that his recovery isn't that great, but me finding out that his down B gives him another jump, despite he already using his jump, is just something that opened my eyes. Seeing him as a top tier. Where at least I wish I had known this because I have just played for so many months now. To just know that.
a
Oh,
bit of a greedy dare there. But yeah, gonna get
yeah,
punished for it. Wow, okay, 3-0. I would
yeah, that
not, if
was.
I looked at like 10 seconds of gameplay from that set, I would not think it was a 3-0, but I guess it was.
Yeah, me neither, I guess.